fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Elise.
Good morning.
And how are you on this beautiful Saturday morning?
I think it's too hot.
Yep. It's too hot because of the subjects we're going to be talking about today.
Oh, is that why?
Yes, that's right. Do you know what a fidget spinner is?
I do.
Yeah, well, that is the hottest new porn trend.
New porn trend?
It is a porn trend.
Tell me why it's a porn trend.
Well, first of all, any trend can be made into porn, no matter how silly it is. So it shouldn't really come as a surprise to discover that fidget spinners is a porn thing.
A fidget spinner can be a porn trend.
Do you know, I didn't even know what a fidget spinner was until I saw a Saturday night live show on fidget spinners. It was hysterical.
Why is it a porn trend?
Well, new data from Pornhub has revealed that there's been a massive surge in the interest of fidget porn.
Now, what do they do with these fidget spinners?
Well, these, I think they just play with them. I don't know.
While they're
I don't
having
watch
sex?
porn, so.
While they're having sex, they play with a spin. Anthony,
I have
look under the table.
She's got one.
Yes, I would. Remember, I just said to you, I need to get something from my bag because I knew you were going to be talking about something with this.
Oh
and
my
I'm
gosh!
playing with it. And I want to know, what does it have to do with porn?
I don't know. Here, put it to the microphone so they can hear it.
I just want to know what it is about this little tiny thing that could make you could do sexually. Like, what is this? Look how I'm doing it with my fingers, but
Gives you something to do with your hands
Yeah,
while other parts of your body are busy. No, I don't like games.
It's not a game. Pick it up. Hold it.
I'm not touching it. I don't know where it's been. I'm not touching it.
Oh my God. Okay, just for your knowledge, I have it on his head now.
No wonder why my hair is falling out.
Here.
So
I have alcohol.
you do. Thank you.
So what does this have to do with porn? Because this has been sitting in my pocketbook now.
Well, searches for fidget spinners have been up almost 300%. And with the site receiving 2.5 million searches for videos involving the toy.
I don't even understand.
That's 250,000 people
And
searching
here's the
for
worst.
fidget spinner porn every day.
And here's the worst part about this. Fidget spinner porn. This is making me nauseous because there are 5-year-olds and 8-year-olds that are playing with these things. That's the first thing. And secondly, my son gave me this. And so that's kind of gross. Like, I don't understand how they can take a little toy like this.
And how old is your son?
He's 22.
Alrighty. A huge percentage of those searches have been coming from 18 to 24-year-olds. And women being 19% more likely to search for it than guys.
What the hell is this about? Because you know what? Up until I knew that we were talking about this today, this thing was sitting in the bottom of my pocketbook.
Really?
Yeah, I just said to you, you know what? I have to get something from my bag. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember.
And that's why it was sitting in the bottom of my pocketbook because I'm not even good at it. But anyway, I mean, you should see what some of these kids can do. But I don't understand how it has anything to do with porn.
Well, if you want to get your juices flowing, you might have to work a little bit to find explicit material that you're after because Pornhub's got a mixture of, videos that that offer.
I can't believe you just ruined my fidget spinner.
You're a fidgeteer.
No, I'm actually not. It's been sitting in my pocketbook.
You know what we got to do? We got to go to Pornhub.
Yeah, we got to look this up. I'm going to actually look it up now because I am just beside myself.
Yeah, it's fidget spinner something.
Oh my God.
Oh, you got a lot there.
Oh my God.
Fidget spinner porn videos.
What
there you go. Look.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, so that's what you do with it.
Holy Oh my God. Yeah, there is actually something that they do with it. Oh my God. A little fun with a fidget spinner. This is not even believable.
There we go. Play that one.
Yeah. See, now I got them all excited here because a fidget spinner can do a lot.
All right. Well, we can't talk about what we're watching. So
No, and I can't believe
go to Pornhub
that,
fidget spinners.
that they actually. Oh my God.
This is very funny, by the way.
I don't even understand this. Like, why would you do this? Why would you do this with a child's toy?
Oh, look how fast they get it to go.
It's amazing. Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
gonna-
she's balancing it on her. Well,
one-
never mind.
Wow.
And she looks so serious.
She is one serious girl. She can make this thing go fast. I think we're talking too long about this video. What the hell is wrong with these people?
She's got nice boobs.
Okay. All right. All right. You done?
Yeah, let's go. Let's move on.
That was weird. Yeah, I don't want the fidget spinner anymore.
I guess you bring your fidget spinner to bed with you.
Why?
It calms you down. It relaxes you. So you can have a sleep orgasm.
You can have a sleep-gasm without a fidget spinner.
Okay. I know men have them all the time, especially young boys.
You don't need your fidget spinner
Okay.
to
So
off.
there used to be called wet dreams, and ladies can have them too. And they're not limited to puberty. Do you know there was a 1986 study done in the Journal of Sex Research, and it found that 37% of women in their study had experienced at least one dream orgasm.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was in the 80s.
That was in the 80s. I wonder
Okay.
if it's gotten any more popular.
I don't know. I just don't know. I am still really uncomfortable.
With the fidget spinner or
Yeah.
with sleep orgasms?
No, the sleep-gasms are fine. It's
Yeah.
the fidget spinner. That's upsetting.
Well, let's move on. Put your fidget spinner down.
I did. It's back in my
It's awful
bag.
slippery. What the?
Shut up. Don't say that. That's not nice.
You know, guys are more likely to have these
These dreams.
Dream
these
orgasms, you know.
Gasms while they sleep.
when they're not sexually active.
Uh-huh.
And you know, again, they used to be called wet dreams.
Right.
And they're way more common during puberty and adolescence, you know, before a guy is regularly having sex. But it can happen with older guys too.
Yeah.
And when older guys have them, they're called nocturnal emissions.
Or wet dreams, basically.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And they might actually be easier to come by than an awake orgasm for some people.
I guess it depends on your level of comfort.
I suppose.
Yeah. If you're not comfortable and if you have anxiety, especially if you haven't been sexual with somebody in a while, it could lead to discomfort.
That's right.
So when you're alone and sleeping, you're comfortable
Ah, yes.
and there's no more anxiety.
Just like you said, some women who are not able to have orgasms with a partner, but can and may have had them in their sleep. But, you know, think about it. Your sex dreams are usually free of distraction, stress,
Yeah.
no
just like-
anxiety.
Exactly what I just said.
Yeah, but I
See
knew
that?
I heard it somewhere.
Exactly.
And,
Wow.
and those are the things that interfere with orgasms,
That is true.
you know? So your mind and your body making sweet love. How nice is that?
Yeah, I guess if you want to do that alone.
You know, people typically have these feelings in their genitals during REM sleep.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, that happens with a lot of people, especially during your REM cycle.
right. Now, what does REM stand for? Rapid eye movement.
Yeah, that is one. Yeah.
So you'll be sleeping and your eyeballs will be moving all over the place. And the reason is more blood flows to the vagina and the penis. And this usually happens during the sleep stage when you do most of your dreaming.
Yeah, dreaming is nice.
That's right. And, you know, guys can have several erections throughout the night that really don't resolve.
Don't result in an orgasm.
That's
yeah.
what I said.
And that's what you said. That's what I said.
My tongue isn't working today. I don't know why.
Is it because it got stuck on a fidget spinner?
It may have. It may have.
I'm worried. I'm worried about the fidget spinner thing.
Yeah, I mean, I knew a guy that was constantly falling out of bed. He'd roll over, fall out of the bed. He went to the doctor, and the doctor said, listen, before you go to bed here, take 2 of these pills, Viagra, before you go to sleep. He took 2 of those pills, and every time he rolled over, boom, kickstand stopped him from falling out the bed.
Yeah. Okay. That's nice.
We're going to take a quick break, and Trend Radio continues right after this on 920 The Jersey.
We'd like to thank Artis, where seniors are respected, choices are given, life is lived in the moment together.
Okay, now getting back to seriousness.
Are you, really? Is there a lot of research that has been done on sleep orgasms?
Oh, over the years, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
This doesn't necessarily mean that you're having sex dreams all night long. It just means that the blood flow goes up and down while you're sleeping. I'm talking
Okay,
about
so how would you actually do research on a sleep orgasm? Do people go for studies in the middle of the night when they sleep and they do that?
Well, most of these studies were pretty dated, and they have really a super small sample sizes, because anyone who's ever had a sleep orgasm knows that these things are really unpredictable. So
Yeah, I would think that they are pretty unpredictable.
yeah, so it's really not something that's easily done in a lab,
I see.
But
I would think you would have like a sex dream first.
That's
because
right.
that would turn your body on.
That's right. Even if you experience more blood flow to erectile tissues, and
Well, that's because you're having a sexy dream.
right. Mm-hmm. That's right. And that increased blood flow really promotes a sex dream.
Well, sure. Then once you're excited, then in the middle of the night while you're sleeping or whenever you're sleeping, you would then have that orgasm because there's that extra everything.
Well, and the silly thing is that researchers really aren't entirely sure about what's going on. But even if you wake up mid-orgasm and can't remember having the sex dream, you probably had one.
Well, I would think you would. I would think, just...
Well, I guess, Elise, you just check your silk pajamas or your satin sheets for
Ew.
stains.
Ew. You are such a guy. You are such a guy.
And, some sleep positions might be more likely to bring on a sex dream. There was a study in 2012 in the Journal of Dreaming that found that sleeping on your stomach is associated with having more intense dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
I sleep on my stomach.
Oh, do you have them dreams about sex? Being tied up, being unable to breathe?
Huh.
This position provides a lot more contact between your bed and your lady parts, which might turn you on.
I see. Oh, well, I do sleep on my stomach, but I haven't noticed anything wrong with my sheets.
Too bad. According to the studies, these sleep orgasms are completely normal.
I would think it's like a gift from your brain.
That's right. That's right. It's just a sign that your libido and your erotic fantasies are all in proper working order.
How nice.
Yeah.
You know what? If that happens, don't feel worried, guilty, or weird. It's absolutely normal. And dreams are symbolic and don't necessarily mean that you want to sleep with your ex-partner or your coworker or even
that cute little blonde that comes in every Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, well, speak for yourself.
Now, Elise, I could tell by your face. Don't feel like you need to try to have one of these.
You can't try to have a sleep orgasm.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I don't want you to try to do this.
I'm not going to try anything, except I'm a little concerned now about my fidget spinner. But I'm not going to try to have a sleep orgasm. Don't worry.
Good. Just like...
I'm okay.
Okay. I was just getting a little concerned about you.
Yeah, but I know somebody else who's going to be sleeping on his stomach. Uh-huh.
Well, just like conscious orgasms, they'll happen if and when they happen.
Exactly. You can't control something like that.
No, forcing them is not going to help.
Forcing anything is not going to help.
You can try to think all those sexy thoughts before bed. You can sleep on your stomach. You can fall asleep to your sex playlist.
Yeah.
But there's really no way to promote a sleep orgasm.
I can't imagine that you can prompt that. No.
No. So don't stress about it.
So don't stress. Yeah. Have an anxiety-free sleep. That's the most important thing. And if you experience it, then wow.
That's right.
If you don't, That's okay. You have a fidget spinner.
So let's say you don't have a fidget spinner, but you have a pool, and the weather's nice.
Nice. Or you don't even need to have a pool. You could have a hot
tub,
yeah.
or as some people call it, a hot tub.
A hot tub.
The ocean, the river.
Anywhere. Water is water. Water is sensual.
Yeah, but is it safe to have sex in the water?
I guess it depends on the kind of water that it is.
I suppose, it really sounds very sexy.
It does sound sexy, but
I mean,
and
you're
you're practically naked.
Yeah, you are.
There's nothing wrong with moving your bathing suit over or slipping it off or anything like that.
Oh.
But here's the thing. Is it really actually safe to have sex in the water? It depends, I think, on the water. Because, lake and rivers and oceans and ponds, and they all have, like, bacteria.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah, and having sex introduces that bacteria into your vagina. And that puts you at risk for all kinds of different lovely things.
That's right. I guess you're, this is not the word, but plunging that water and bacteria in.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And pool water actually contains chemicals that can really irritate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's a saltwater pool?
I don't know.
The salt water is supposed to be very, very good for your skin and your hair. And
Yeah, I don't know that that's necessarily your best bet, but I think that if you're going to have sex in the water, make it your own water.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would think thered be a problem with lubrication, because in the water, it might all get washed out.
Pretty much, but if you have natural, your own natural moisture, I imagine that would dissipate a little bit with other water, and like there's friction and things like that. You know what? I don't know how great an idea it is, but people do it all the time.
Yeah.
People do it all the time, and, they take, baths and showers together. You have, there are some things though that you can use. Like if you're in the bath together or the shower together, you have your different kinds of soaps and stuff. But again, I have a feeling that all of that kind of washes away, and then the only kind of lubricant that wouldn't really is something that's water soluble. And I don't
like
know how
silicone or something?
Yeah, I don't know how good that is for you.
Actually, silicone is water soluble.
Okay, so something that's not water soluble. Oils and things like that. I guess coconut oil is actually not water soluble, and that's actually pretty good for you. So I guess you could actually use coconut oil.
Yeah, I think we're going to be talking about coconut oil as it's coconut oil and a happy vagina. Because coconut oil does a lot of things.
Does a lot of things for you anyway.
Yeah.
But I imagine that if you absolutely positively have to have sex in the water, I would probably use coconut oil as a lubricant, and that would probably be a little bit of a protectant as well.
Yeah, and
for barriers.
Antibacterial.
But, yes, that's true, but you don't really want to be in a pond, a dirty pond, and slamming that dirty water inside you. That would be really pretty bad. Yeah. I don't think that would be a good idea.
So, Elise, you're pregnant.
I'm not.
Theoretically. You know how crucial it is to consume like proper foods?
Oh my God.
Especially when you're pregnant.
Let me just tell you something. One of the most important things is proper nutrition when you're pregnant.
That's
because
right.
You're not only eating for yourself, you're also eating for your unborn child.
That's right. And you want to show that bun in your oven some lovin'.
You want to make sure that no matter what, that everything you ingest is as pure as possible.
That's right. And my eyes
What's the problem?
But there's a surprising way to get nutrition.
And what is that?
And there are many studies to show how it certainly won't hurt and how it could actually help you sustain healthy gestation. And I'm telling you, I'm really intrigued by this, and it's really kind of
What is it? What is it?
Okay. Back in 2011, Psychology Today discussed the subject, explaining how semen can help women overcome preeclampsia.
Preeclampsia.
Yes, preeclampsia.
Yeah, and preeclampsia is a condition, a pregnancy-related condition that causes high blood pressure and an increase in the amount of proteins in their urine. It's actually really not good. And the risk for preeclampsia is affected by exposure to her partner's genetic cells. So it's kind of like a flu shot in the sense that exposing oneself to the cause of the strange reaction can help build up a tolerance. So that means what he's saying, this doctor, is that you should actually, when you're being intimate with your partner, ingest their semen? Is that that's what this doctor is saying?
That's what this saying.
Wow.
Wow, Elise, you are not only beautiful, you are so smart.
Thank you.
And how did you even know what preeclampsia is?
Because I was pregnant years ago, and that's a condition that can actually happen.
Wow.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different conditions. Yeah. And, although more complicated forms of cell transfer are an option, like blood transfusions, there are many, many people, especially the people at Psychology Today, that see ingesting your partner's
the good old
ejaculate,
good old-fashioned way?
Some good old-fashioned way is a more convenient solution. And even, don't worry, the Mayo Clinic says giving and receiving oral sex is A-OK during pregnancy.
Really?
How about that? Yeah, that's from the Mayo Clinic.
So you can also have sex during pregnancy, also just regular
Absolutely.
intercourse? You're not
Absolutely.
poking anybody in the eye or anything like that?
I don't think you are.
Okay.
No, and the one thing you do want to be careful of is if you're on your back, your fella or whoever you're with doesn't necessarily need to be laying directly on your stomach. I would say side sex is probably a little bit better. But if it's oral, you can be laying on your back. Of course, always consult with your doctor for any pregnancy or health-related option, especially anything like this. But yeah, that's always important.
Wow. Thank you for that really interesting bit of information.
Well, thanks.
That was very, very good.
I'm glad you liked it. Taking a quick break. Trend Radio continues after this on 920 The Jersey.
We'd like to thank Artis, a beautiful acronym. A, for the ability to have a voice. R, respecting and maintaining relationships. T, treasuring each person's uniqueness. I, for integrity. And S, for success and recognition. The Artis way.
If you're joining us just now, we are Anthony, Vincent, and Elise, together, Trend Radio, where we talk about love, lust, romance, and sex.
Mostly sex. Mm-hmm.
I have something a little lighter to talk about.
Do you?
Yes.
Tell me.
There's a sex doll brothel that just opened up in Barcelona.
Oh, when did you book your flight? No? You're not going?
No. But I'm telling you, I'm looking at some of these photographs.
Is this intriguing?
These dolls look real, and they're beautiful. This brothel.
Nothing like a pretty doll.
There was a TV show. I've talked about this before, and we need to YouTube some of the old episodes. It was called My Favorite Doll.
Oh.
And she was a robot. And she was a beautiful robot. But anyway, getting back to this new brothel opened up in Barcelona, and
It's hysterical.
And it offers men a chance to fulfill their fantasies
With a doll, so it's not like cheating.
That's right. And it is a hyper-realistic silicone doll.
Is that amazing? So just think about this for just a minute. So men are leaving their women at home, okay? And they're going out and paying money to go have sex with a doll, with a doll made of what? Plastic?
No, silicone.
Silicone. Oh God forbid. I messed up there. Boy, yeah. They're paying money to have sex with silicone.
Listen, sex happens between your ears.
Exactly, which is why it's still cheating.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Okay, yeah, it's cheating. Gotcha.
Got it. It happens between your eyes and ears, behind your eyes, between your ears. So they are actually doing a sexual act with something made of silicone.
Lumadolls.
Lumadolls, yeah.
It operates. I had to shut her up somehow. And trust me, listeners, that is not easy.
You are not nice.
Lumadolls operates from an apartment building in downtown Barcelona, and it is the first sex doll agency in Europe to offer an hour-long appointment with one of its dolls for $90 a session.
Oh.
The doll,
$90 an hour.
$90 an hour. That's
Wow.
really inexpensive for sex.
Is it?
I
wouldn't know. Obviously,
From what I understand.
You obviously have a little more information than I do, so I wouldn't know how much it costs.
Well, trust me, long-term relationships are so much more expensive.
Okay.
You never stop paying. So getting back, the dolls are individually crafted from a thermoplastic elastomer to be unique. They have 3 openings, flexible limbs, enabling them to be maneuvered in any position.
So, okay, so I'm a little confused here. So this is kind of all over the world now?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
These dolls have been proven a huge hit in Japan and China, especially with the husbands working away from home who want to avoid being unfaithful. Mm-hmm. Lumadolls claims to be the first doll to open up in Europe, and clients at Lumadolls have a choice of 4 dolls. Lily, who has Asian features, the blonde and big-boobed Katie has pouty lips and a piercing
Turquoise. Spit it out. Turquoise.
has pouty lips and piercing turquoise eyes. There's an African doll named Lizelle.
Liesel?
Lizelle.
I'm thinking it's Liesel. Okay.
And she has blue hair and appears to be modeled on a Japanese.
Oh, that's
anime.
Aki. Aki.
Yeah, that's the Japanese cartoon Aki.
There's an African doll named Liesel, and then there's Aki, who has blue hair and is like in a Japanese anime.
Yes, that's what I just said.
I know. Very
Liza.
nice. Okay.
Each of the girls promises to meet all the fantasies,
the girls promise.
Yes.
Because they can't speak.
That's
Okay.
right, and which
So they're
is
quiet.
more than I could say for some women I know or have known in my life.
Okay.
So, the client can request in advance of how he wants her doll to be dressed, positioned, and I'm looking at these dolls. They are totally realistic.
This is Katie.
That's Katie. Yes, yes, she's Katie.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're even realistic in the movement of their joints, the touch of their skin.
Somebody's getting very excited about this.
The brothel claims that you will fulfill your fantasies.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, there's Liesel.
yeah, I mean, she looks real.
She absolutely does.
Liza, I'm telling you, you look wonderful there.
Stop it.
Well, according to the creators of the Barcelona's newest sex spot, the experiences promises to be better than a real live, living, breathing woman. I don't know how.
I can't even imagine. Okay.
Clients will find their chosen doll in a private room lit by candlelight where they can listen to sensual music or watch pornography on a large plasma TV. The website assures that each doll is thoroughly disinfected after each use, but recommends that condoms and lubricants be used.
Oh my God.
You know, we got to go to this website.
Because
look.
I want to read about this.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. Wow.
Isn't that
That is
very
interesting.
lighthearted, interesting.
That is actually amazing.
But I am just amazed at these photographs. I mean, these dolls look real. And these sex dolls have been around for some time. I think they've been around.
Well, yeah.
And I'm sure they've
there's
gotten
all
better and
kinds
better.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. And these happen to be extremely realistic.
Yeah, very lifelike.
You know, extremely realistic.
Right down to how chilly they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they do have their nipples are definitely erect in these pictures.
You know, I would wonder if you would have to keep this type of entertainment a secret if you are engaging in it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how somebody's husband would call them and say, "Hi, honey, I'm going to the sex brothel tonight. I'm going to
Sex doll brothel.
sex doll brothel tonight."
There's a difference.
Yes, I'm going to either meet Akai or Liesel because Katie wasn't available. And I would love to see Katie because she has the pouty lips, but I can't. She's not available because, you know, Bob got her first.
So,
Jeez,
judging
what a crazy
by,
conversation that would be.
Yeah, judging by your little tude that you have there,
I don't have a tude.
you should probably keep this a secret.
I would think that most men would.
Aha!
And that creates a secret. So what is the difference? Oh, here's the difference. She can't call. She can't call or text, so there's no paper
That's
trail.
right. And when
Yeah.
you're done, you're done. Just
Yeah.
you leave.
Yeah, and it really doesn't matter.
Till the
You know
next
what?
time you want to see her.
Well, here's the thing. You might not want to see her. You might want to see, you know, Katie.
But you're still saying you should keep it a secret.
I kind of think so.
Well,
Don't you?
I'm going to tell you, secrets are affecting your health.
Well, if
Secrets
you do,
affect your health.
don't keep a secret that there's no reason to keep a secret. There's no reason to go and have sex with a doll or a fidget spinner.
Researchers have defined that secrets found in a series of 10 different studies as things that were divulged to at least one person, but not everyone. That's the definition of a secret.
I don't think secrets are healthy.
They're not. But what sort of secrets are people keeping?
I think people are secretly keeping their affairs secret, their financial issues a secret. Oh God, all kinds of things. People.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
The study found that the most commonly kept secrets are of the romantic variety.
Oh, definitely.
And they were specifically about extra relational thoughts, sexual behaviors, finances, and romantic desires.
See?
So you're actually keeping a secret from your partner on maybe a new position that you'd like to try or a new room you'd like to try it in.
I don't think that's necessarily what it is. I think that people that are married to each other have financial secrets with each other.
Oh.
And they also have extramarital affairs that they're keeping secret from each other. If they want to try something with their partner that is of a different sexual nature, I think that if they're comfortable with their partner and they're actually enjoying sex with their partner and their actual husband or wife, that they're going to tell them. If they're not comfortable and they're having an affair, they're not going to tell them.
But, you know, most people are bound to think of someone else from time to time. And, you know, and for the sake of your relationship, you're not going to go blabbing it.
If you're fantasizing about, you know, an ex-partner, an ex-lover,
What about Rachel Ray?
you know, an actress, actor, anything like that. If you're fantasizing about an actor or an actress, I think you can tell your partner that.
What about Louise and Thelma?
I think if you're fantasizing about...
I think about Susan Sarandon all the time.
Okay, well, now you also told everybody.
Well, especially when I watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes. So I think if you're having those kinds of thoughts, I don't think that's a big deal because a lot of people fantasize about, and a lot of women fantasize about, you know, John Travolta in Grease or Saturday Night Fever or whatever.
Yeah.
They do. George Clooney, they fantasize about these men and women. But if you're fantasizing about your ex-lover, that's a problem. If you're fantasizing about or actually having a sexual interlude with someone else, that's a problem.
But what if you're stressing about how much money you have in your account, but you don't want to tell your partner because you don't want to treat her to a nice meal on her birthday?
Because you want
without
to,
her feeling guilty.
You want her to have everything that you want her to have, but you're nervous about it, so you don't tell her. That's why financial secrets are even worse than anything else, because it eats away at your stomach.
Yeah, even if the root of your secret is noble, this study found that secrets don't do great things when it comes to our health, especially when we start to obsess over them.
Yes, that obsessing over something is ridiculous, and it's very unhealthy. Yeah.
This particular study was conducted by researchers at Columbia Business School, and they found that some secrets may not only be ruining your relationship, but they could also be ruining your health.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very interesting that you should say that. I have a few clients that have secrets, and I know their secrets, but there's some very serious secrets. For instance, addiction. Some of my clients, I've known over the years, have had, secrets because they have horrible addictions, spending money, an addiction to gambling, drugs, alcohol, and they hide it. They hide this from their husbands or their wives, and it's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible thing. And then aside from ending up divorced and losing their homes and losing all kinds of things over it, they are sick from it as well.
Well, so is there a cure for this, or
Sure.
I certainly don't have the secrets, don't do the things, but if you have an addiction, you can help.
Well, that's where you need to speak with somebody. You need to realize
a professional.
The first sometimes, but regardless, the first step to anything is realizing that there's an issue.
That's the first step to recovery.
When
realizing
you
there's a problem.
realize there's a problem, that's when your healing can begin. And once it's in your mind and you realize that, you'll start to feel better. And that's when you go to somebody that you can trust and you say, I have an issue. I have a problem. Can you help me? And there's no shame in asking for help. And if anybody out there has any kind of issue, please reach out to us at trendradio920@gmail.com, and we will certainly point you in the right direction. Again, there is no shame in ever asking for help.
All right. I'm going to take this time on the radio, and I'm very, very serious now. I need help.
Yeah, what's your help?
I absolutely.
What do you need help?
I need my kitchen painted.
Is there anybody out there that can help me with this problem? I have a huge kitchen, a lot of cuts and corners and tile work, and I'm not good at cutting. Oh no, I am good at cutting. A straight line.
He's great at
I'm
cutting
not
a
good
straight
at
line.
painting. I find it tedious. I find it stressful. I find it boring.
I need help, Elise. I need help. Anyone out there?
He
email
finds it
us.
stressful and boring. I actually found this conversation a little stressful and boring.
You would. You would. Thank you. And I look to you for help, and what do I get? I get laughed at. I get
Do you want a
picked
cherry?
on.
Here's a cherry.
No, I haven't had a cherry in many years. And I'm not going to start today. So if anyone would like to help me paint my kitchen, please email us now at
trendradio920@gmail.com. He pays well.
And Elise is going to give you something.
He's going to give you cash. Taking a quick break. Trend Radio continues after this on 920 The Jersey.
We'd like to thank the team at Artis, a family of open-minded, compassionate, and dedicated individuals who have experienced dementia in their own families. Together, they've created a nurturing environment tailored to each resident's unique needs.
We're talking again with the gals from Artis. And
Yeah, I love them.
Lovely girls that they are.
Absolutely. So, hey, girls, why don't you tell us a little something about yourselves?
Well, my name is Kelly. I'm the executive director of the building that's going to be opening in the fall, and we're really excited. I've been working with seniors, honest to God, since I was 6 years old. My mother was a nurse in a nursing home.
I love this.
I would go with her to pick up her paychecks back then, and on Thursdays. and I would be there for hours. I'd roam from room to room, and my goal was to see how many people I could make smile in one
I love
visit.
that.
That's amazing.
So I knew then that I was going to be working with seniors for the rest of my life.
Isn't that wonderful?
Aren't we lucky to have Kelly?
Yes, we are.
Well, I'm Cheryl, and my background is actually in social work, although for the last 20 years I have been involved in the assisted living industry. And I'm Director of Marketing for Artis, and that's a little bit about me.
My name is Barbara, and I'm the Director of Community Relations, so you'll see me out and about all over the Princeton area. I've been in healthcare for about 12 years now, from nursing home to assisted living to home health. So I have a good concept of what's going on in each one of those, which really helps me when I, meet families and speak to them. So I'm looking forward to continuing to get the Artis name everywhere.
And you're doing a fabulous job.
She is. We like to let
Thank
her
you.
loose in the world and just let
Just let her
do
loose, yeah. Letting Barbara loose. That's fantastic.
I'm trying my best. You know what? Wherever you are, the pool, the beach,
Behind you.
When she's getting her nails done.
I
That's
know.
all, yeah.
I just, you got to keep on talking about what you want people to know about.
Network.
But it's easy for us because we really believe in the program and the philosophy.
As you should.
Yeah.
And that, just refresh our memory again about the philosophy of Artis.
The philosophy is that the community is going to be all memory care related. So folks with dementia diagnoses. So it's real special programming on making them feel a part of the community and valued, and that they still have a voice, and honoring who they are as individuals. And, the way that we see it is that, these are people who are in the evening of their life, and whatever we can do to make that more comfortable and happier.
I love that. They're in the evening of their life. Mm-hmm. I love that. What a concept.
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing.
And I think Artis is very committed to working with each person as an individual. So we don't want them to fit into the program that we're laying out, but really we want to build the program around the residents and what's important to them.
Is that what makes Artis different?
I think that would be the number one thing that makes us different, and we have not opened yet, so this is just from what we're learning about the foundation of the company, and the mission really is to treat each person as an individual and
As they are.
Yeah, make it very much about them.
I was fortunate enough to go to one of our other buildings this past week and get to see all of this actually in play. And it really is interesting to watch how individual it is and how special people are made to feel there. I spent the day in our other building in South Jersey and really got to see that in play.
That's wonderful. That's the one that we're going to go to, Anthony, the one in Evesham.
Yeah, you guys have to go visit.
Yeah, we have to go visit there.
Yeah, they have been doing a wonderful job and have been received so well in the community.
Love that. That's fantastic. And so you're going to also mirror what they're doing and mirror their programs, because that's what Artis is.
Yeah. So from
So we're going to get a good concept of that.
Yeah. So from the owners, the CEO, the CFO, everybody's on the same page that this is how they want the communities run. So there's a lot of emphasis on, doing care plans based on people's very individual likes, dislikes, preferences, what their routines were their whole lives. We don't want that to change because they're moving into a community.
So are those communities already full? Is that community full?
Yeah, pretty much. They were open
Almost,
1
yeah.
year in March, and they've got just about a full house.
Typically, how many people are in a neighborhood?
So the building altogether is 64 residents, but there's 16. So there's 4 self-contained neighborhoods of 16 residents each. So it's kind of small and intimate and not inundating, so that it's not too overwhelming.
And neighborhoods can run into each other.
Yes. Yep.
I love that.
And for anybody who's worked with a memory impaired population, will attest to the fact that smaller is better. So working with 16
Oh, it's more intimate.
individuals
Absolutely.
is just, there's not too much going on, as Kelly said. It's not an overwhelming environment.
Wow. Well, that is a wonderful thing. And, we can't thank you guys enough for coming here and speaking with us and For everybody tuning in, just know that artists will be with us on a monthly basis now, telling us everything that's going on with our beloved seniors. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
girls, so
you.
much.
We look forward to talking with you again next month.
Thank you.
So seriously, my dog got Lyme's disease.
You don't have a dog.
That's right. She died. My chiropractor got Lyme disease. My neighbor got Lyme disease. Can Lyme disease spread through sex?
I don't think so. No.
Well, a 2014 study published in the Journal of F1000 Research suggests that it could be.
Really?
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
Now, you know.
Why do they think that?
I don't know. That was just a fun fact that I thought I'd talk about.
What is that?
That's a bug.
Why?
It's a bug doing in
our papers?
on our board here. So I know that, we have a very special thoughts for many things, including cancer.
Absolutely.
And do you know that you can drop your overall cancer risk by 7% if you're highly physically active? And the decrease in risk goes to double digits for liver, lung, kidney, colon, bladder, and breast cancer.
That's unbelievable.
So you really need to become physically active if any of these things are.
I guess I better really increase that.
Yeah, we got to get your butt to the gym.
Yeah.
So, dating. We've been talking a lot about sex, but not about romance
Yeah.
and relationships.
And romance is so important.
And Elise, have you ever read that book, The Rules?
Yeah.
You know the book?
There are rules. Yeah. There are
Yeah.
rules, and there's somebody else's rules.
Yeah, that was a crazy dating book back in the 90s. I was very, very young back then. So
Were you?
yeah, but it
You're
implies.
still very, very young. Well, you act very, very young.
Are you saying I'm immature?
I didn't say a word.
Good. That book implies that the only way to get a man is to play hard to get.
Yeah.
Now,
I happen to disagree with that. I think it's an equal. I think everybody should have an equal kind of
I agree. You know,
way.
that was then, this is now.
Exactly.
And that book really gives some very antiquated suggestions.
Didn't two women write that about what they thought it should be?
Yes.
Are they single?
They probably still are.
I'm thinking that they are.
Yeah, they wrote stuff like women should never call a guy first. Women should always hang up the phone before men do. Women should never talk on the phone with a guy for more than 10 minutes. And if a guy wants to go out with a woman on a weekend, he has to book that date by Wednesday. Yeah, that's crazy.
That is.
You know,
silly.
when you think about
What
it.
can I ask a question though? What about being spontaneous? Spontaneity is sexy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes that's the way it is, and sometimes it's not. Now,
I think balance is very important though.
yes, I was just going to say, I think that there's some truth, to that old book, but there should be a little more balance. And, if anything, in today's terms, it's good to establish boundaries that make yourself seem like a prize. But
Well, boundaries are always important. Boundaries are always important, but not at the risk of creating something that. What are you doing?
we're talking about dating. I want to make sure I look good.
Oh, 'cause you're
never
going on a
know
date when we're
who's
done
gonna walk
recording?
in that door.
Oh, do we have a guest coming?
No, it's probably Tony.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all of a sudden he started combing his beard, and out of nowhere, I'm like, what are you doing? I just think it's important that you take into consideration that we all have feelings and we all feel a certain way. And if you're going to be playing hard to get, then I'm sorry, ladies, but your guy is going to think you're just not interested.
That's right. We live in the year 2017. And what does any of this mean anyway?
I don't think it really means anything. It
Right.
means that if you want to pick up the phone, ladies, pick up the phone, call him, say, you know what? I've been thinking about you all day. Let him know.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yes.
That's hot. Now, girls, ladies, do not, and I repeat, do not give your power away.
Please, the power thing.
Listen, that matters.
I feel empowered. We're empowering. What the hell is that anyway? That sounds like feminazious talking.
I'm not saying give your power away. All I'm saying is it's okay to be a little vulnerable. It's okay to show him that you're interested. It's okay. I don't say, blow up his phone every second, because that's uncomfortable. But I think it's okay if you call first. I think it's okay if while you're out, it's not such a bad idea. I mean, let him pay. It's okay. But you don't have to let him pay every time.
I got stuff to say about that,
What?
Alrighty. You can practice those traditional rules in a relationship like that book recommends, and the guy will break up with you claiming that he's doing all the work. And you know what? He'd be right.
Yeah.
Now, we here at Trend Radio, we have some traditional dating rules along with some new dating rules.
But there's a difference, though, between your traditional ones and your new ones. You don't have to make them crazy.
No, there's just a couple of
And
little...
are these your rules? Because I don't know about that either.
Here's an old rule. Don't have sex. The new rule is have sex when you feel like it.
Okay, the old rule is don't have sex on the first date. The new rule is have sex when you feel like it.
That's
and if
right.
it happens to be on the first date, well, okay.
That's right.
Because sometimes you can have a budding relationship.
That's right. I've had sex on the first date, and some of these encounters have turned into real nice relationships. Beautiful, long-term ones.
They must have been a long time ago.
They were. And
then that was probably the wrong time to do that. But listen,
listen, sex and intimacy are a huge part of a relationship.
Absolutely. I don't think that you have to have it on the first date. That's just my opinion.
That's what distinguishes dating from friendship.
I think that if you're dating somebody and you're dating them and there's no sexual anything, that becomes the distinguished part right there. That's friendship, and that's whatever. I don't think there's ever a call to ever have sex on the first date. I don't care who you are.
Oh, sometimes you just can't help yourself. Trust me.
I think that if you do that, that's ridiculous. That's just my opinion.
Opposite, conversely, waiting too long to hook up with somebody you're dating.
That's ridiculous.
Just because you're following some stupid 3 to 5 or whatever dates before you get down.
I think the first time you meet somebody,
that will definitely put you in the friend zone.
I agree with you. And I don't think there's any problem with the second date. I think the first date should all be completely about meeting each other, having a nice time, talking.
And sometimes having a nice time means getting naked and jumping in a pile.
Exactly. And that's fine. I don't think that would end up in a good relationship.
No, sometimes it does. Most of the time it doesn't. I do have to agree with you.
I don't think that there would ever be any reason to have sex with somebody on the first date and then go into a long-term relationship. That would be very rare.
But you don't want to stop the natural flow of a relationship.
Of course not. There's no reason to have sex on the first date, though.
Right. And I'm not suggesting that you sleep with every person you go out on a date with.
No, but you just said you've had several encounters on the first date where you had...
And you just said, I never would have sex on the first date.
Ever.
Well, that's you.
Exactly. And you couldn't possibly have had sex on the first date and ended up in several long-term relationships.
I have.
It's unbelievable. The conversations just get crazier and crazier with this man. It's amazing.
If you're feeling a strong connection with someone, don't intentionally stop it because of some old-fashioned, antiquated rule that you feel like you have to follow, And I think that some... I just got it. Some older women have had it drummed into their heads that sex is dirty. I understand all this.
I can't even comment.
It's a generational thing.
Yes, because I'm so much older than he is.
Yes.
You understand that, Al?
Already. So here, I'm going to tell you something. There's a new thing out called texting. And
it's not a new thing.
for you, I understand. For you, it might be.
Oh my God.
And you may think, don't text him first. Well, the new rule, Elise, is text them whenever you like. Texting is a thing on a smartphone. And what you do...
Like my iPhone here?
Yeah.
Like my iPhone 7?
Yeah, I thought that was the jitterbug that you had there.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right.
You
I
know-
think we've all had enough of your humor.
Elise, we all feel the same emotions. Even you. We're nervous. We're insecure. We're scared that you're not going to be liked. So just like how you enjoy reassurance sometimes, so do they.
I know.
If you had
Like
a
you
good
need to be reassured. I know.
If you have a good time on a date, text them and tell them. Let them know. Let him know that you think about him during the day. Tell him.
I agree with that.
Good. Because what's the worst that can happen?
Oh, he would just think you're a really cool, nice person who's actually interested in him.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's what dating's all about.
Exactly.
Girl.
And that makes it better. And that's much better than being cold and aloof.
Yes, like some people I know.
Uh-huh.
Uninterested, unavailable.
Unobtainable.
Mm-hmm. And
But you know what? There is a difference between sending a text that, is, hey, I had a really good time and I'm thinking about you. And then there's, I can't wait to get you naked and send 30 videos with 15 hearts and a set of lips. And it's, there's overdoing it.
That sounds like fun.
See, there's overdoing it, though. There's overkill. If you want somebody to take you seriously, there's no need to go crazy. You don't have to blow up his phone.
So in other words, you're saying there's a difference between having needs and being needy.
Absolutely.
There's a difference between showing interest
and being smothering.
Yes.
Nobody
yes.
likes smothering. But once you figured out the right balance, you'll figure out the right way to communicate, and then it won't matter who reaches out first.
That's right.
That's
because when you stick to the antiquated rules of not texting or calling first, or, some people.
Well, antiquated is antiquated, and that's old, and you don't need to do that.
That's right. And many people may perceive that as disinterest.
Absolutely. And you'll come across as emotionally guarded and unavailable, unobtainable. There's that word again.
So just pick up the phone, ladies. Just pick it up.
And gentlemen, you can do the same.
You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Do you want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com, click on demand, and scroll directly to us.
And get the lowdown on getting down. Tune into your bad boy inside you.
Or your bad girl.
Listen each week. We always have something sexy to say. Got questions? Email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
Remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.
Please don't take my sunshine.